What's going on, guys? Intuitive 717. I am back with another reading. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. Good morning to you. We're going to dive into some morning messages around the collective, the Twin Flame Collective, and we'll see what's coming up as the general energy, okay? Let's dive in. I'm just going to pull one random card from the Tarot of Sexual Magic and see what's happening. We do have the Moon card here coming up, so I feel like both of you are mirroring each other right now, and there's a lot of emphasis on like other relationships. Okay, I feel like you guys are pretending to be happy in other relationships. Both of you, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and you both watch one another as well, waiting for one to make that big move. And I feel like it's the both of you collectively doing this. So two people who really do feel a lot of temptation by one another, but I feel like as long as there's other people hanging on to your sensual energy, you're never going to overcome a lot of these cycles that put you into the dark night of the soul. Okay, so I feel like both of you are guilty of third-party energy here, and you might find yourselves feeling stuck in cycles where you get triggered by one another. So I'm feeling like one of you has like a story, you know, one of you might be like, well, you know, I might still live with them, but we're not, you know, sleeping in the same room. And the other might be like, well, you know, I'll get a divorce when you get a divorce. And I feel like both of you are making excuses for the partnerships that you're in. Like, you won't let go there, but you want each other. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what the Moon card is indicating here. So there's a lot of, you know, sensual energy, lust energy that I feel. Both of you need discipline. Something's got to give here. Okay, and a lot of the cycles that you both experience with one another is around waiting for the other one to make that big move. But the truth is the truth here is that you have to let go of this relationship that's currently holding on to you for your sake, not for the sake of this other person. Like, I feel like if you two have crossed boundaries with one another, you're consistently creating more negative cycles in your life and prolonging the inevitable. It's just going to be much more painful. It's like you have a big decision to make, and the big decision to make here is that honesty is always better than hiding the truth. Because the truth will always come out no matter what with the Moon energy here. Okay, some of you may need to be honest with your current partners in order for your twin flame connection to even have the ball, you know, getting rolling here. Many of you might be waiting for your twin flame to make the move. They should get the divorce. You know, they should get separated from their partner. They should do something about it. Meanwhile, you may not be looking at some of the action steps that you currently need to take. Okay, yet both of you are giving in to the temptations of one another. Okay, so you're gonna collect a lot of heavy karma doing that by giving in to temptation or cheersing or having victory too soon. Okay, you guys are collecting a lot of karma. Pay attention to temptation. We also have the significance of the crab and the pearl here. The pearl for me represents that temptation, and then the clasps of the this looks like maybe like a lobster here, is that pinch that you may feel when you give in to temptation. So, you know, this could be a reading to give you guys both a heads up, like, stop where it is you are now and take accountability for yourselves, right? The impulses that you're feeling, pay attention to what it is that's at stake here, because giving into these desires, these impulses, the sensual energy, it's not what it's meant to do. It's meant to help you awaken to one another's presence, yes, but then at the same time, you have to be willing to, you know, put some of the repetitive behaviors that keep getting you into hot water to rest and do things fairly or by the book, justly, with justice. You guys can take a good look at what the Moon card looks like in the Tarot of Sexual Magic. If you want to pause the video, you can Google it. I can't really show the card too much because of, you know, a lot of the rules on YouTube, but yeah, that's ideally the energy that I'm picking up on. You know, even a lot of the waves in the background as well. It tells me that this is just a very draining and heavily emotional connection. And it's always going to be that way, guys. Like the moon energy is always going to let you know, like when you're doing things with deceptive tendencies, or you're not being true to yourself or other people, or and you find yourself making excuses for it. The moon card indicates that it's always going to reflect in some way. It's always going to come up. The victory is always going to be short, okay? Even though you may be having a good time now, it's like laugh now, cry later type of energy with the moon card here. It's better to be honest. And that could be a hard pill to swallow for many of you who are doing things in secret because of these mirroring images. It's like not just your divine masculine, it's like the both of you are guilty. And I feel like the both of you use your marriages to, avoid a lot of the spiritual and inner work that you have to do on the journey regarding one another as well. Like the things that both of you may be triggering, tough conversations that you need to be having with like your spouse, drawing certain boundaries, paying attention to whether or not you're really truly living the life that you desire and you really want. Ideally, that's why your counterpart shows up. And it's going to be one or the other that ends up pulling you guys into this lustful energy where you forget all about your spiritual work and then you just start indulging. That's what this card represents, is that indulgence is going to get you guys deeper into the karma. It's going to make your luggage that much more heavier, right? When you get to your destination, there's going to be that much more things to sort through and unpack. So this is like a heads up to let you both know, like the universe, sees. That's why you're experiencing, as much as it feels good, the repercussions is that, you guys experience really nasty and painful separation cycles, especially if there's third parties involved. And what the moon card reveals to me as well is a lot of heavy spiritual work. Okay, a lot of you being attacked by each other's karmics, sometimes not even intentionally. It's just when someone keeps a certain recurrent thought long enough, it's like manifesting or pulling in manifestations. So whoever you guys are, I feel like this is, one of those readings that may be a heads up here to let you know, like sometimes you may be losing sleep at night, or you may be having recurrent thoughts about just letting this go for a while and focusing in on your own life, yourself, your own goals. Like, where am I going? What are my behaviors like? How am I reacting to this journey? Am I doing things that I'm proud of? Am I doing things that are within my character? Am I doing things that are, my authentic self? Like, this is me. This is who I am. So if this journey is pulling you in a direction that you don't want to go in, you feel like the karma keeps getting heavier and heavier. Many of you are a secret. You feel like you're a couple in secret fighting over each other's spouses, when really, like, twin flame journey or no twin flame journey, guys, like, because of this mirroring image, it's two people attached to other people, like heavily attached to two other people. You're only asking for chaos. It's never going to work out if you think that you're able to pull it off in secret. For many of you, this might be a forewarning, and maybe you were guided to this message to say, like, this is the last repetitive message you're going to get on this in terms of, starting to live more truthfully or more authentically. Everyone has free will. It's just check your receipts, right? Like, if the receipts aren't adding up, if you're not organized, if things are missing, you're going to experience chaos. And for a lot of you, it's emotional chaos that you're going through. It's like this whole big secret relationship is really taking a toll on your health, your stress. Some of you are really struggling with things like your weight going back and forth. You're struggling with really addictive behaviors. You are struggling with like social media use, feeling very plugged in to the matrix. If you guys just simply clean up shop and realize, like, let me do a checklist of my life. Like, am I really engaging in things that are healthy for me? Like let me do a pros and cons list. Like, the relationships that I'm keeping, like pros and cons, like the people that I'm dating, the people that I have access to me, the time that I'm giving to myself, the time that I'm giving to my family. If this person isn't making me happy, why am I keeping them around? What am I afraid to do in my own life that's stopping me from living my most comfortable and peaceful life? That's what your twin flame shows up to do. But I feel like this message is really going to resonate for some of you who are like, oh shit, yeah. Whoops, let me put my clothes on. Let me zip my zipper up and pay attention again to the soul lessons that are coming through to you at this time. All right? Might be a really tough reading for some of you to digest, but nonetheless, I do feel like it's going to come through as a beautiful message from Source to give you a good kick in the butt that you might need, okay? And again, this message would have come through lots of times from your own intuition. Your own higher self would have told you these things already. That's why the reading can sometimes sting like that. Okay, guys? So, just the messenger. Love you guys. Take it easy. I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.